The purpose of this video is to go through a recent report that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau put out about how the mortgage servicers are doing trying to help people transition off of their COVID forbearance plans. The link to the report is in the description box below if you want to read everything more in detail. I'm just going to summarize kind of two of the main points that I think are relevant to you guys. If you're a subscriber to my page, welcome back. It's good to see you. If not, make sure you subscribe, like the videos below, and as always, let me know if you have a comment or an experience or a question. I do love hearing from you guys, and I always try to get back to you as soon as possible. So the CFPB is a regulatory agency, right? They are responsible government-wise for making sure that the mortgage lenders are doing what they're supposed to do. For those of you who took a COVID forbearance plan and you have one of these 5 government-backed investors, the VA, FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or USDA, the CFPB is able to kind of regulate how the mortgage servicers are helping you transition off of your plan. And they've identified 2 things that are kind of not going well at this point. It's no surprise that things often don't go exactly as planned, especially when you're dealing with mortgage lenders. But the first thing that they've highlighted is this late fee or delinquent reporting that's going on during the forbearance period. So as a recap, if you were current on your mortgage before March 1st, 2020, and then you took a COVID forbearance plan anytime after March 2020 because of a financial hardship related to COVID, you are what's considered a COVID homeowner, and you are protected as long as you have one of these 5 investors. Meaning, during your COVID forbearance plan, your lender was not supposed to charge you any late fees for missing payments, and they were not supposed to report you as delinquent to the credit reporting agencies. Some lenders are abiding by this. It sounds, based on what this report says, that other lenders are starting to report people delinquent while they're on their COVID forbearance, or they're starting to charge them late fees. So you want to make sure that this is not happening to you if you are one of these COVID forbearance homeowners. So the way that you do that is you kind of ask your lender to read you any fees attached to the account. You can always request a payment history, and the bank will kind of be able to break down the last payments that were applied and any fees attached to your account. If you request a payment history, request it in writing, have them fax it or email it to you so you can see everything going on. If you feel that your loan has been reported delinquent during a forbearance period when it should not have been, that would be the time to file a CFPB complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or talk to an attorney in your state to see what you can do to help. The second thing that's going on is they're talking about the lender communication problems, okay? We've got calls dropping, we've got hold times exceeding an hour, and we've got generally too few bank representatives and too many homeowners calling in. And so the actual customer service that you might be needing out there if you're trying to transition off of one of your plans isn't what it should be. So on the positive side, the CFPB is aware that these issues are going on, but it's kind of up to you right now as an individual homeowner to take responsibility for yourself to make sure that these things aren't happening to you. So the best advice that I can give you, just being someone who does this on a daily basis, is if you need to call your loss mitigation department to work on your COVID transition, call them early in the morning, before 8 a.m., right? The worst time to call your lender is, between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. That's usually when most people wake up and call them. So wake up early and provide yourself a good amount of time, an hour or so, to stay on hold. And then when somebody from your lender answers, make sure that you ask them whether they are a loss mitigation representative. If they say no and they tell you that they're in either customer care or customer service, it is your job to push back and say, I really need to speak with a loss mitigation representative, because it's those people who have the most accurate information on your account and can actually do things to help your COVID transition. So if you are somebody that's experiencing those hold time delays, wake up early. I would suggest not calling them on a Monday or a Thursday. That seems to be their busiest times. And then make sure you're in the loss mitigation department. Filing a CFPB complaint can be helpful right now. I have watched over time, as funding has increased for this regulatory department, that the complaints I'm filing are starting to finally get some traction, and the CFPB is starting to do something about it. If you want information on how to file a CFPB complaint, watch my video there. Otherwise, take responsibility for yourself, ask for your payment history, make sure they're not charging you late fees. If you feel like things are being reported in a delinquent manner to the credit reporting agency, you can dispute that. You will have to kind of write a letter to send to the credit reporting agencies. But the best thing to do if you think this is happening is to probably find an attorney who can just walk you through the process in the state where you're located. If you want to read the report from the CFPB, it's in the link in the description box. Good luck.